Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Wheeler and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. The topic for today is the Creature Codex is mistitled. Why is the Creature Codex mistitled? Let me explain. This is a review of the Creature Codex for Dungeons and Dragons 5e. This is an enormous book of Dungeons and Dragons 5e monsters, creatures and beasts. The Creature Codex is published by Kobold Press. Kobold Press made two other monster books, the Tome of Beasts and the Tome of Beasts 2. There are 420 pages of monsters, with about 410 new monsters or creatures for your Dungeons & Dragons 5e game. This very heavy book has a stitched and glue binding that should last a long time. The pages are a matte white finish made from thick paper, but I did notice there are some creases in the pages. I would have preferred a gloss finish, but the price would have been much higher for the book. The cover artwork is perfect for this monster manual. It features a lich with friends and they're not having a dinner party. The interior artwork is bright with clean lines and extraordinary creatures, beasts and monsters. The contents table acts as an index because almost every page has a different monster. A lot of monster names are hard to pronounce, because they have a cultural origin that doesn't have English as a first language, or they're just very silly. There's a large number of fantastic monsters, great monsters, silly monsters, ridiculous monsters, and modified real beasts, but it's all in good fun. What you will notice as you page through this book is that many of the creatures are from mythology or folklore from different cultures or places around the world, and there's some Lovecraftian monsters thrown in to shake it all up. There's many variations on classic monsters for Dungeons & Dragons 5e, with a few that just look like animals from real life. Almost every single monster has a short descriptive text section in italic that doesn't follow a set format, and often the details are far too much for the creature, making it useless as a player description. Dungeons & Dragons 4e monster manuals made the mistake of describing monsters when they should have stuck to ecology, origins and lore. The Creature Codex has kind of made the same mistake here. The monster and creature lore is not always historically accurate or fleshed out enough, but overall it's better than the Dungeons & Dragons 5e monster manual. The sidebars include variants on creatures or specific Midgard campaign setting monster details, which is fine because it's easy to remove campaign world information from a monster. The Creature Codex stat blocks tend to be tamer than the Tome of Beasts, but more deadly than the monster manual for Dungeons & Dragons 5e, which I kind of find disappointing. I really wanted the Creature Codex to stick with fairly deadly beasts. The challenge rating for the Creature Codex is not always in line with the monster manual, but it was never any good anyway. A lot of creature stat blocks have damage immunities and resistances that are not overridden by magic weapons, which I am pleased to see. I am shocked to see monsters with damage vulnerabilities in the Creature Codex, because it's like trying to find a 4-leaf clover in the Dungeons & Dragons 5e monster manual. Here you will see vulnerabilities. Appendix A includes non-player characters that don't seem that useful, with specific and situational applications, and then there are some that are useful. Appendix B has creatures listed by type with page numbers, which is very useful for a dungeon master. Appendix C has monsters listed by challenge rating with a page number, which is useful or helpful if you are using challenge rating. Appendix D has creatures listed by terrain type and challenge rating, but with no page numbers, and I think that was a mistake. My instinct tells me this book should have been called the Villain Codex, with all of the boss monsters, lords, masterminds, and campaign villains in this book. This monster book reminds me of some of the ridiculous aspects of the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Monstrous Manual, that's 2nd ed edition, but it's all still in the spirit of Dungeons & Dragons. The Fey Animal Lords are amazingly cute and will fit a younger player's game very nicely. Outstanding monster ideas for me are the Crimson Mist, the Bronze Golem, the Keg Golem, the Giant Shark Bowl Ooze, the Ring Servant, and the Wendigo. There are lots of really impressive monsters in this book, and certainly many monsters would make fantastic major villains. Now, if you want more information on this particular book, the Creature Codex, I did a live stream going into far more detail on every aspect of it. If you want to know more about Dungeons & Dragons, I have hundreds of videos for players and dungeon masters covering Dungeons & Dragons and Dungeons & Dragons 5e. If you want to support the channel so I keep doing video content like this, you can through Patreon, the Amazon affiliate links down in the description, the merchandise shelf underneath all of my videos, or just watch my videos, that's fine too. Do all the usual YouTube things like share, like and subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified when I go live, and I go live every week, and when I publish new videos, and hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.